Hey, good day. I wanted to kind of just quickly touch base with y'all. Some of y'all know my story, some of y'all don't. About 15 months ago, I was coming back from a trip and I had COVID for the third time in about a 18-month window. After going through testing in the hospital and stuff, it ended up determining that I had stage 4 metastatic renal carcinoma. So that kind of did a whole shift in my life and what my focus was. I started really focusing on my health, my whole metabolic health, my whole wellness. I already had been involved with the company called Live Good that dealt a lot with supplementation, and so I started really implementing a lot of their products, more from a personal nutritional user because they were very good price, good value, and they had all the basic necessities. I changed my diet. I ended up just really getting conscious about my metabolic health. I ended up losing 100 pounds, dropped my A1C about 5 points. So I was really on the right track. The immune therapy that I started going through had a lot of side effects, basically damaging kind of my when you take an immune therapy, it basically heightens the sensitivity of your body, creates inflammation in order for it to discover the cancer cells and stuff. And so you have a lot of side effects that take place. One of mine was my neuropathy got really bad. A lot of burning, tingling in my feet, even with all the diet changes, which I started walking with a cane because I fell 3 times. First time I broke my elbow. Second time I messed up my L3, L4 in my back. The last time I ended up messing up my meniscus on my knee. So I really had a lot of mobility issues. Ended up kind of trying to figure out a way how to get active and create muscle mass because I was doing intermittent fasting and a lot of other things, trying to kick my weight loss into gear. And I already had been on GLP for years because of my diabetes, so I didn't need to integrate anything like that in my plan. I started looking at the mitochondria, started looking at the wellness of your metabolic health, you looking at MitoPure and methylene blue, and NAD plus, NMN. I didn't go to all that other extreme stuff that some cancer patients do with ivermectin and all that kind of stuff, but I did get a lot of positive things happening in my metabolic system that have caused me to kind of reach to a new stage, but I needed to get my stability in line. I already had tried acupuncture. I already had tried TINS unit. I already had done all the lotions and potions. Couldn't get my stability in order. So it came across that I had a friend of mine that ended up telling me about a new technology that was coming from Asia to the US. It's called a PEMF, Pulse Electronic Magnetic Field Therapy. Never heard of it. I Googled it. I checked it out. I chat GPT'd it. Started learning. They were bringing that technology to the U.S. and they actually had a event in California. So I ended up going to California just to kind of learn about it. Ended up finding a lot of incredible stories and testimonials of different types of illnesses, from people with accidents that couldn't feel their whole left side of their body, people with sciatica, people with shoulder injuries, people with sleep issues, people with visceral fat issues, which I still struggle with, people with back issues, just a lot of things of how this PEMF was really helping them. And so I ended up coming back from that trip in California and bought myself a PEMF machine. Um, Ended up it comes with a foot plate, and it allows you to control the intensity level of the electronic signals that come into your body. And what PEMF does, is that once you Google it and figure it out and chat GPT it basically creates energy and frequency into your body and opens up the cellular communications, the ions, electrons in your body. I mean, I'm not a scientist or a technologist, but then it starts trying to create cell healing within the body at the cellular level, the ADP production in your body. So you start this frequency therapy starts helping your body to learn how to heal itself. I can tell you this, my personal story. I can walk now without the cane. I still use the cane when I go out, just for safety purposes, but I'm walking around the house without the cane. I don't have the burning, tingling feeling in my feet anymore. I'm now able to walk without having to really feel the stability issues or the falling issues. The other thing that really helped me a lot is when I would go to sleep, my feet would turn super cold and like ice cold because of the neuropathy. And so now my feet are not experiencing that with this PEMF therapy, especially if I go low dose at night before I go to bed. I have sleep apnea. And part of the problem with the immune therapy is I was having issues with a lot of blisters in my mouth, so it was hard for me to use my BiPAP machine. As a result of that, when I started doing the PEMF therapy, I started getting REM sleep again. I started sleeping really well. So there's a lot of crazy stuff. Now, I don't know, each person's going to have their own story, but here's what I will tell you. If you are interested, if you're in pain, if you're feeling some kind of situation that is any kind of muscle, pain, nerve, limb, anything to do like that, neck. There's people with, and I'm not going to claim it cures anything, but there's people with fibromyalgia and lupus and different types of conditions. This stuff was studied by NASA to help the astronauts with their bone density. So, I mean, it's a technology that's been around for a while, but this technology about 3 years ago was developed tremendously through certain type of equipment, and now it's here in the US, and it's an opportunity for you to tap in to this technology. If you're interested, want to know more, let me know. Drop me an emoji, drop me a PMF, drop me a like, drop me a comment, something of that nature, and I'll be more than glad to talk to you how you can maybe either get a demo or how you can get your own machine. And there are options for people who can't necessarily immediately afford it. There's options to even break down the pricing over several months. So anyway, I just wanted to quickly jump on before I go to bed and let you know that there is solutions if you're in pain. Reach out to me, Armando, and I'll be more than glad to help you. You take care. God bless.